Alright guys, welcome back to another video of me, Kevin. In today's video we are talking about starter teams in FIFA 23. Hopefully when you see this, the web app has came out or is coming out. So yeah, let's get underway with my team. We have the Freiburg goalkeeper Flecken, and you'll see why with the rest of the team. He just looks very nice for a starter team. We have Indika, who links up with him, the French centre back. I used a couple of his special cards last year, and hopefully he's just as good this year. And then a transferred player, it's a Kanji, looks very nice, and you'll see why I've used him because of the Premier League in this video. And then back into a different league here with the Dutch league. You see the Dutch link between the goalkeeper and the fullback here. Another transferred item. To the right back, I had to get a former Celtic man in this team somewhere, and the right back slot was where I seen it, with Jeremy Frimpong looking very nice. And you know, I just had to. Onto the midfield, Kamara. I've used them back-to-back years now for starter teams, maybe even 3 years in a row now. Not the best player in the game, but he works very nicely for a holding midfielder at the start of the game. Onto another transferred item, we have Matthias Nunes, and of course I was going to use him. If you know, the English team I prefer is Wolves, so if I can get a Wolves player in there, I will. Another Premier League midfielder here, it's Zachariah, and that rounds up the midfield. Onto the attack, I went with Gakpo to continue this Dutch theme on the left hand side. Looks very nice and looks like a very good starter item to have. I wonder if any of you viewers have it, and we'll see that later in the video. Onto my striker, and it's another transferred item, and it's another Wolves player getting a strong link to Nunes. It's Guedes. Looks very nice and very popular, so hopefully it isn't too expensive because I was wanting to use him anyway, even if he had like less pace, less shoot and all that. It's just a Wolves player at the start of the game, so I kind of like that. And on to the last player into the team, it's Bergwijn. Hopefully he's pretty decent. If not, not the end of the world. It's a starter team at the end of the day, and I think in my opinion that's a very good starter team. But let's see what you, the viewers' teams are. What are your starter teams? Let's see. To start off your starter teams, we're going right to Dylan, a mate of the channel and a mate of mine in real life, of course. Dylan has a very nice defence, as you can see. We've had to split up a bit because it's a phone screenshot. So we'll start with the defence, move on to the midfield, and then the attack. I like Grimaldo. I think it's a very good option for a starter team. Not too highly rated, but a very good card, and usually gets quite a few special cards throughout FIFA. And then St. Just is just fast, and the rest are pretty decent for a starter team. That midfield though, a bit of a change there. There's a full Liga NOS, defence and goalkeeper. But then that midfield, you got Sergi Dada, who in the last two FIFAs combined has got about 40 more pace. From last year alone, he's got a plus 16. He now looks like a very good player. Looks like a cheap Llorente. However, Llorente might be a bit cheaper because he's got a -2, I believe. Kessie looks good now that he's at Barca. Gives him a nice link. And then Limer. I think Limer's pretty good. And then let's move on to that attack. Very nice. I didn't realise Bellarabi was still playing until I seen this team. But then you got Werner, who's now went back to Leipzig. I like a little transfer card, as you can see from my team earlier on in the video. And Ansu Fati in the wing, he's got a bit of an upgrade. Very nice starter team, well done Dylan. On to the next one. We have Pab, can be otherwise known as Rab, or Wab, depends what you call him, but at Pab Cassidy on Twitter. Let's start with that defence. You got Rome at left back, De Lorenzo, Bremer, Schlotterbeck, Onana. A very nice little mix there in the defensive area into the midfield then. And we have a little diamond going on here. You know, you have the man who used to be at Fulham, that whole midfielder role. We've now got Mackenzie at right centre mid, Limer again back-to-back squad, and Mkhitaryan at that cam role, and then that two up top. Whoa, very, very fast. Malin and Delafeu, very, very nice. Delafeu might get a team of the week from what I've seen. Same with a few other players like Gakpo, who's in the next team at CM67_, who has Gakpo and Malin in that front too, very fast. It also has a bit of a Bundesliga theme going on here with Chan, Baku in that midfield, as well as it continues into that right back role with Frimpong, who works with Timber, the goalkeeper, St. Just, and a few other players in the squad. Very nice from the man on Twitter at CM67_. On to the next team, it's at DR_Celtic on Twitter, who has a couple Celtic players and a few pass, with the two fullbacks being past Celtic players in Tierney and Frimpong. A couple Arsenal lads as well, linking up with Tierney as White and Ramsdale. A new transfer item in Ghana Gay, who links to position change Gray. He's changed them from a left wing into a cam. Very nice. And then McGregor and Jota, you know, if you're going to use them by the end of the game. And Guedes like I have. And then also transferred Hudson-Odoi. Getting a nice link to Frimpong onto the next team. And it's at Jack_M1888, who has a full La Liga defence so far. Let's see if I can demonstrate the rest of the team. He's doubled up with two Argentine fullbacks, as Jaro seems to be very popular from what I've seen. And All Black's a big one that stands out, you know, an 89 rated, but he has told me he has the ultimate edition, so 4.6k FIFA points. You want to put it all into the draft. Good luck. If he does well, I'm sure that won't be too unrealistic. Let's move on to that midfield. He's doubled up again on a nation twice in this image. He's doubled up with two Spanish midfielders, but then also two Brazilian wide men, and then Kessie in that holding role. Very, very nice from Jack. And then let's see who he has up top. He has Inaki Williams, the man who's never injured in real life. Let's see if that team's any decent, but that team does look very nice. And all the teams so far have been pretty good. On to the next team. And it's Joseph. I won't say that because that's just weird. But yeah, Joseph. Let's move on to his team. He has a bit of a Serie A theme on here, but then he has, you know, the Ajax man at left back, so he's building a bit of a hybrid. Let's move on to the centre mid role here. Who's his centre mid? All Dutch. You can see why he has that left back. He gets a good link to Veerman in midfield, with Wijnaldum and Koopmeiners both being Dutch. It just makes it very nice. Let's see what his attack's saying. Oh, the first Abraham in this video, I'm pretty sure. We see Bergwijn, but unlike me, he's actually having him at left wing. I've got him position changed. It's a very nice front for using the English link there to get into the Dutch league, and that I quite like that. Very nice, Joseph. Very, very nice. On to the next team, and it's at Mercedes-Gen6 on Twitter, who has a very nice team going on here. Grimaldo again, Pepe, Martinez, Nelson Semedo. Let's see what that midfield's saying. Callum McGregor, got a few of them. Matthias Nunes. Very nice. Let's see a transfer name. And McGinn, very nice link between the three midfielders, using McGinn to link the two. Let's see what that attack's all about. And it's another Jota. We see Guedes yet again, but the first Rafa of the video. Rafa looks very, very nice with that 82 rating. Very nice team, big Mercedes-Gen6. On to the next person. And it's at Cashman_Corner7. Very nice team. We've had to use my predicted Juranovic card because the Juranovic hasn't been released yet as of the time of recording. So yeah, this is the team that he says he's going to go for the first weekend league. My man in goals, Tamori, Koundé, Nuno Mendes, Juranovic. Very nice. Let's see who's in that midfield. McGregor, yet another one. We're seeing a lot of Celtic fans using McGregor. I mean, if you're going to use him any time of the year, a starter team's a good time to use them. Renato Sanchez, very nice, getting the perfect link to the left back. And Tonali, who might go under the radar a bit because he's not Barella. Now onto that attack. Jota, yet again. We're seeing a lot of Celtic players so far, and I think Celtic fans just want to use them whilst they're kind of usable before the power curve kind of washes them aside. And then Ousmane Dembele, Martial, very OP players. On to the next person, and it's at Warrior NUFC 07 on Twitter, who I got this from, and it's Ortega in goals, another transferred item. We love to see them. Akanji, another transferred item. Rome, who I believe is another transferred item. Teze and Timber, very nice, using a position change on Timber and making from a centre back to a full back. Very interesting, not one that I would personally do now thinking about, but it's interesting. I like things being different. He's got two midfielders the same as me, as you can see with Nunes and Zakaria, but then he's got Limer. I think that's the further fourth person that's had them in their team, so very interesting. On to that attack, and it's the same front three as I have in the exact same order, so I can't say anything different. It's a very nice team. Everyone's teams have looked very nice. If your teams are any different and you want me to say how decent they are, or if you just want to say that team could maybe be better, put what time of the video if you think someone can improve, and then the player suggestion, or just say some players you'd put in instead in general. And thanks for watching, and I hope you have a very fun time on the FIFA 23 web app when this video comes out. I believe it'll be about the time that's released. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.